Hello, I'm Morgan Peckman. This is City and State TV. Today we are in the majestic City Hall of Buffalo in the stunning office of Mayor Byron Brown with the mayor himself. Mr. Mayor, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure to be with you.
When we were coming over today, we saw a number of cranes that have been going on. I mean, how big a change is this for Buffalo that there's so much construction going on right now?
A tremendous change since 2012, over $4.3 billion of development activity in the city of Buffalo. People are saying more economic development than we have seen in Buffalo in more than 50 years. So this is a very, very exciting time in the city.
And how much of that is a result of the Buffalo Billion?
The Buffalo Billion has been very important. Certainly with Governor Andrew Cuomo pledging $1 billion to the city of Buffalo, it's put us on the radar screen both nationally and internationally. It seems like not a week goes by that some business person isn't here looking to kick the tires, see what investment opportunities there are, and to talk about the potential of investing in the city. We've also worked hard at the local level to reduce red tape and regulation. During my tenure as mayor, we've cut the tax rate significantly, cut the residential tax rate by 15%, the commercial tax rate by 28%. We focused on keeping our building permit fees low. We have some of the lowest building permit fees in a 500-mile radius of Buffalo. And we've been able to generate some local enthusiasm and excitement in development in Buffalo. And so there are many local projects that have gone forward as well. So it seems like all the planets have lined up between the governor's great interest in Buffalo and his $1 billion commitment and the public sector, private sector in this community working together, coming into close alignment and deciding that we're going to work in unison to move the community forward.
And how much of the Buffalo Billion has the city actually seen to date?
The money has certainly begun to flow. Just recently, the governor announced a $55 million commitment to bring IBM here and 500 jobs to Buffalo. Certainly that was a very welcome announcement. Before that, a $225 million commitment to bring two high-tech green energy companies, Sora and Solevo, here from California. Those companies are expected to invest $1.5 billion in the city of Buffalo, creating over 850 jobs. So the Buffalo Billion is definitely flowing and something that we're very happy about.
And talking about the environment, you installed bike lanes here in downtown Buffalo. What are some of the other environmental initiatives that you've undertaken? And you know, I think that people might be surprised to hear that there are bike lanes here and some of the amenities that you've added.
We have a complete streets initiative. So every paving season for the last 3 years, we have been installing at least 10 miles of bike lanes. That program has been going extremely well. People in the community feel very good about it. Our Complete Streets program, since 2006, we've invested over $51 million in neighborhood infrastructure alone. That's pretty significant for Buffalo, something I'm very proud of. Also, we have made significant investments in our parks. Since 2006, we've invested over $31 million in our parks. We have a beautiful Frederick Law Olmsted design park system. You know, the same architect that designed Central Park in New York City. And we've made significant investments in our Olmsted parks, but all of the parks throughout the city of Buffalo.
I saw your photo over there with Keanu Reeves, and I know that you've been working to bring more film production to Buffalo. Can you talk about those efforts?
Yeah, with the state tax credit, which is very generous and specific focus on upstate New York for film, we have really worked aggressively locally with our partners in state government to make Buffalo a hub for film and television production. There have been a number of movies here. There have been a number of TV programs that have been done here. You know, we've had Keanu Reeves, we've had James Woods, we've had Dennis Haysbert, and you know, a bunch of A-list actors and actresses that have been here in Buffalo filming different projects, and we've been working aggressively to secure more film and TV production in Buffalo.
And now you are trying to do a new tourism exchange with New York City, is that correct?
Yes, Mayor de Blasio and I have been talking about a tourism exchange between New York City, the largest city in our state, of course, and Buffalo, the second largest city. There have been a lot of conversations back and forth, a lot of emails back and forth. We have a draft that we're working from, and I think there will be a larger announcement about a tourism exchange between New York City and Buffalo in the very near future.
And as a native of New York City, you can be part of that exchange too, right? You know, you've been exported to Buffalo.
Absolutely. I am one of New York City's exports to Buffalo, here for a very long period of time now. I came to Buffalo when I was 17 to attend college, fell in love with this great city. I've been here ever since, met my wife here, and my roots now in Buffalo are very deep, although I still have many family and friends in New York City.
We've written a lot, and there's been extensive coverage of the kind of contentious dynamics in the Buffalo School Board. But one of the things that we were surprised in talking with people, Buffalonians, is that there doesn't seem to be as much rancor over the charter school movement as there is in New York City. Would you say that's accurate? And if so, why do you think people have been more receptive to embracing charter schools in your city?
I would say that is accurate. While there has been some concern, I think people are looking for educational options and opportunities for their children. The charter schools provide another educational option for children to get educated in the city of Buffalo. I am a frequent visitor to the traditional Buffalo public schools, but I'm also a frequent visitor to our charter schools. I believe that parents need to have the best options available to make sure that their children can receive a quality education, and there are many people in this community that have worked hard to try to achieve that.
Also, now you have a medical campus that is moving downtown to Buffalo, and we were talking about how you were trying to reverse some of the kind of poor urban planning decisions that were made in the past. Can you speak about that dynamic?
Many poor urban planning decisions that were made in the past, the decision to build the campus of the university at Buffalo in a suburb of Buffalo is considered a poor planning decision. The decision to build the Buffalo Bills football stadium in a suburb of the city of Buffalo, considered a poor planning decision. The ability to, the decision to locate the Kensington Expressway, the 33, through the middle of the city of Buffalo, considered a poor planning decision. Now with the Buffalo Niagara Medical Campus, many of the medical institutions in this region are establishing a significant presence in downtown Buffalo in this medical campus setting. The medical campus is now 12 years old, and in that 12 years, probably now over $2 billion has been spent. Some of the Buffalo billion from the governor is going to be invested in the medical campus. The University at Buffalo is moving its medical school from Amherst, again a suburb of the city of Buffalo, into downtown Buffalo. That is a $375 million project. The medical campus now employs over 12,000 people. Over the next 3 years, it's expected to add another 5,000 people to its employment ranks and be probably the largest employer in Buffalo and Western New York.
In November, you were reelected in a landslide. Do you feel that you have a powerful mandate now to push forward with your agenda, that this has kind of vindicated some of the more controversial decisions that you made in the past?
You know, I am always very honored to receive the support of the public, the support of the community. This is my third election as mayor. You know, you say a landslide. I am just really happy with the level of support I've received from the Buffalo community, from the Western New York community, and just working hard every day to continue to move this great city forward. I don't necessarily look at it in terms of mandate and things of that nature. You know, I try to take an approach, a humble approach to governing and doing the people's business. I always try to put the people and the public first in what I do, and I try to tackle those issues that I believe, with input from the community, are going to have the greatest impact on moving the city of Buffalo forward.
And lastly, Mr. Mayor, there's been a lot of buzz about the possibility of Andrew Cuomo adding you to his ticket as his lieutenant governor. Is there any veracity to that rumor?
I've had no conversations with the governor about that whatsoever. Have tremendous respect for the governor, have known him for a long period of time, and certainly very pleased and very thankful for the tremendous investment of resources and the tremendous amount of time our governor has spent in Buffalo and in Western New York. I think last year alone he visited this community over 15 times, which certainly speaks volumes about his commitment to Buffalo and Western New York. But I am very pleased in the job the voters have elected me to. I am very honored and very thankful every day to serve in the capacity as mayor of the city of Buffalo and be in a position to be able to move a great American city forward. We've made great progress in the city of Buffalo, but there's a lot more work that has to be done.
Mr. Mayor, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.